Hi everyone, I'm Jerine Pegg from the Department of Elementary Education, and I'm going to talk very quickly about two projects. One of them was done in collaboration with a colleague in secondary education, a colleague in the Faculty of Science, and educational technology, or technologies in education, our EdTech Services Department. And what we did was, in thinking about mobile technologies and thinking about how we could use those to engage students in scientific research and in issues that were locally relevant to them. And so what we did is, in working with this colleague in the Faculty of Science, we developed a mobile application for students to collect data on her research study on earthworms in Alberta. Earthworms are an invasive species. So her research looked at where are earthworms, how are they spreading, what are the issues that we need to look at in terms of also informing the public about the impacts of earthworms on our environment. So we've been developing a mobile app, and some of our main goals with this were, as I said, to engage students in doing science, not just learning science, also engaging them in something that's locally relevant, and engaging them in not just collecting data. A lot of citizen science projects, they collect data, they send it off. But also what we've developed is that as they collect the data, it is immediately available. And right now we've got it so they can download it into Google Earth. They can analyze the data that they've collected and that others have collected, and ask a variety of questions about that. I'll move on to the second project. So mapping the landscape of science education research. This one goes in a different direction, but it came out of questions that a colleague and I started to ask about what is the nature of science education research in Canada? What are the influencers on that? I'm a transplant from the US, so part of this was also me learning to understand the community that I'm a part of. And it didn't start off having a digital component, but as we started to ask these questions and look at what's the kind of information we can use to look at these questions, we got into looking at social network analyses, looking at bibliometric data. What are the relationships between researchers within our community? And then we started going down the rabbit hole of big data. Now we have this data, how do we represent it? What are all the questions that raises? So I was also very interested in this because it's led us into other interdisciplinary work that I think other people have skills that if we can work together on to answer these bigger questions. Thank you.